Assalamualaikum, grade 7. क्या हाल है? कौन हूँ मैं? Your English teacher? So I should ask this in English, na? Who am I? I am your English teacher, right? And what we are going to do today? We are going to wind up our antonyms lesson. What are antonyms? भूल गए हो? Antonyms are opposites, right? Words और उनके opposites. और हम क्या करते हैं अपने antonym lesson में? हम करते हैं words, जानते हैं उनके opposites और बनाते हैं उनके sentences, right? But before I start my lesson, I hope all of you are hale and hearty. ठीक है? और जब भी दुआ मांगो मुझे याद रखो, आपकी दुआएं फौरन कबूल होती हैं. नमाजों का खास ख्याल रखो, right? Let's move on to the board and let's find out today's lesson. Yes, what did I tell you? I told you that we are going to do scientific English grammar and the pages are 280 to 82 and the antonyms, the words and their opposites that we are going to do are basically adjectives. Let's identify what adjective is. Adjectives are describing words. They describe everything about a noun. What, how, where, what sort of nature, what qualities, what skills. So everything that is related to noun and describes it is an adjective, right? तो आज हम adjective के antonyms करते हैं. पहला antonym हमारे पास है abnormal and normal. तबई और गैर तबई, यानी normal यानी आम और abnormal आम से हटके. It was abnormal for him to not study for the test. Normally, he is usually very prepared, right? Ancient and modern. Ancient is Qadim, modern is Jadid. This building is a combination of ancient and modern art. Attractive and repulsive. Attractive का मतलब होता है जाज़िबे नज़र और repulsive का मतलब होता है मकरूह. The scenery was pretty attractive. The only repulsive thing was the dead tree in the middle of it. ठीक है? Barbarous and civilized. Islam brings us out of the barbarous lifestyle into a civilized one. Barren and fertile. With the modern technology, you can turn barren lands into fertile ones. Barren का मतलब होता है बंजर जहाँ कुछ ना उग सके. Fertile का मतलब होता है आबाद जहाँ चीजें उग सकती हों. Bright and dull. With Microsoft Word, you can turn a picture into its complete bright or you can dull down a color as well. Brave and coward. Bahadur or Darpok. The younger brother was a coward, so he always hid behind the older and braver one. Broad or narrow, chauda or tang. This broad road turns into a narrow one as it moves forward. Civil and rude. Civil का मतलब होता है खलीक, तमीज़दार और rude का मतलब होता है गुस्ताख. You must always be civil with your elders and not to be rude with younger ones as well. Clean and dirty. Clean is saaf and dirty is ganda. Kindly clean this dirty table. Cool and warm. Cool is halka thanda or warm is halka garam, right? The geyser is not working properly. I can't identify whether the water is cool or is it warm, right? Cold and hot. Cold is complete thanda and hot is complete garam. You have serious gum issues if you feel cold and hot beverages in your mouth, right? So these were a few adjectives, their antonyms and their sentences. Let's move on to the rest of them. Constant and fickle. Constant is mustaqil, fickle is napaidar. The hereafter is a constant reminder of the fickle life that we are living right now. Kind and cruel, mehirban or zalim. The kind son of the cruel king tried his best to help the subjects. Subjects कौन होते हैं? जो रियाया होती है. Deep and shallow, बहुत गहरा और कम गहरा. The water is shallow from here, but it goes deep as you will swim forward. Defensive and offensive. Defensive का मतलब होता है मदाफियाना, offensive का मतलब है जारिहाना. और इन दोनों अल्फाज का मतलब ये है कि डिफेंस अपने आप को प्रोटेक्ट करना और ऑफेंस अटैक करना. ठीक है. सो द टीम डिसाइडेड टू बी ऑफेंसिव as they were losing the match when they were being defensive. ठीक है. Domestic and wild, घरेलू और जंगली. Lion is a wild animal. Stop thinking about turning it into a domestic one. ठीक है. Empty or full, खाली और पुर. The jar is full with beans. Find an empty one to put the rest of the beans in. Early and late, सवेरे और देर से. You must get up early in the morning so that you are not late for the school. Famous or notorious. Famous होता है मशहूर अच्छे काम से, notorious होता है बदनाम. ठीक है. You can either be famous or notorious in the school depending upon the path that you choose. Fresh and stale. The shopkeeper has put the fresh bread on the racks and he has taken up or taken away the stale ones. Taza or basi. Guilty or innocent. Guilty is gunahgar, innocent is begunah. The accused requested to be innocent. He said he was not guilty of the crime. Hard and soft. Sakht or naram. He seems to be a hard person from outside, but he has a very soft heart inside. Material and spiritual, Madi or Ruhani. My mother takes care of both my material and spiritual health. Mental and physical. Exercise is good for your mental and physical health. Natural and artificial. We must stick to the natural sources of food rather than going for the artificial ones. Oral and written. You must pass both the oral and written exam in order to highlight in your result. Optional or compulsory. The compulsory subjects are already decided. You have to figure out which subjects you want to take as optional. Permanent and temporary, mustaqil or arzi. This world is a temporary life. Our permanent life is the hereafter. And practical and theoretical. Practical is amli, theoretical khayali. He has built up a theoretical image of the uncle which he had never seen. But now he is going to practically prove his theory as he is coming soon. Let's move on to the next. Public and private, sarkari or niji. Vandalism is seriously disapproved whether you do it in a public or a private property. Raw or ripe, kacha or pakka. The steak you have brought is ripe from outside, but it is raw from inside. Rough and smooth, khurdura or hamwar. This table is too rough for me to write on. Kindly provide me a smooth surface so that my handwriting is appropriate. Rigid or flexible. Rigid sakht, flexible lachakdar. If you are going to have a very rigid attitude towards your siblings, they will never respect you. Be a little flexible to their likes and dislikes and to their wants. Sweet and bitter, meetha or kadwa. I always like sweet things, but I can never even taste or lick a bitter thing in my life. Transparent and opaque, shaffaf or ghair shaffaf. This glass was transparent when I bought it, but with all the dirt or the contamination spreading on it, staying on it, it has turned into an opaque one. Urban and rural, shehri or dihati. Urban life is quite different than the rural one, but both of them have their own advantages and disadvantages. So, this was today's lesson. What did we do? We have completed the lectures on antonyms. We did antonyms which were related to verbs. In fact, they were all verbs. Then the nouns and their antonyms. Today, we had done adjectives and their antonyms. We have even constructed sentences. अगर अक्ल करो, समझदारी करो, तो तमाम के तमाम sentences sentence bank में उतार लो, ताकि आपको वैसे विजन अच्छा हो जाए. अगर बुक रीडिंग नहीं करते हो तो कम से कम ये कर लो, ठीक है? It's good for you. Faiza Nadeem is signing off for now. Inshallah, we'll see you soon in the next lecture. By that time, sayonara!